Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our final Friday Night Eclipse of the year. Tonight we're in Portland, Oregon, where this is it. The last chance for fighters to show the JWE universe what they're made of. With 2 cards for Ultimate Fight Night more or less finalized, there's not much left to do but to prepare for the biggest 2 nights of the year. And our superstars now just have to worry about putting on a good show in front of the sellout crowd. Get ready for the end of the season, because this is our last exhibition show of the year. And this is Eclipse. And here we go for our first matchup of the evening. Introducing first, it is the ringleader himself, Jaren. And Jaren set up to face off against Junpei on night 2. That's gonna be a fun one. And a big win here would be massive when taking into account just no preparations for UFN. And his opponent?
And his opponent from the pits of hell, weighing in at 100 pounds, gentlemen, boom!
It is the one, the only, Sir Bones. And Bones getting ready for his matchup against the Blue Jay. Also on night 2. Here we go, both men ready. Referee rings the bell to meet in the middle, with Jaren winning the grapple, forcing Bones up over the shoulder. Walk him to the corner, bouncing him off the top turnbuckle. Now just stomps right to the sternum, to the wrist. Elbow drop to the spine. And these two having a very long and storied history of just absolutely despising each other. And Bones with a knee to the gut. Forcing Jaren for an Irish whip, diving underneath. Jumping over the top. And a scoop slam. And yeah, you know, whenever these two share the ring, it's, we're gonna have to get some fire extinguishers ready because, they might burn the place down. And not in a good way. In a actively trying to commit first-degree murder kind of way. That's how much these two don't like each other. To the outside now. Bones with a spinning back heel kick. Now just flexing on Jaren. Referee at the count of 3. And just smashing the knees into the outside concrete. There's 4. And Jaren with a reversal, tossing Bones into the announcer's booth. There's 5. Jaren back inside the ring. Bones looking up at him. And being hit with a crossbody. Jaren back inside the ring. And Bones still just wandering around the outside, finally deciding to head into the ring through the northern ropes. Jumping scissor kick into the cover. And Jaren kicks out before the referee could even begin the count. And now Bones with a snap DDT. Springboard bulldog, stomp to the spine between the shoulders. And now head scissor elbow. Bones forcing Jaren up to his feet. Just rolling through, going for the cover. There's a 1. Diving elbow drop from Bones. Forcing Jaren back up to his feet. Wrenching on the arm. And Jaren fights his way out. Jaren just trapping the arm, stomping the hand into the concrete. Remember, these mats, they're not very thick. Probably not even a 1/4 inch padding. Yeah, that's not going to really do much. Jaren just tossing Bones from one side of the ring side to the other. There's 6. They really need to be careful. Now Jaren just walking Bones by the back of the hat, tossing him back inside the ring. And now Jaren up top, staring down his rival, his nemesis, and a shoulder tackle. And now Jaren just asking Bones if he's alright, but not really in the sense of really caring for his well-being, but more just trash talk. And now a backpack submission hold. Bones elbow to the neck. Gets himself out with that arm drag. And now just exchanging right haymakers. Now Jaren forcing Bones up. Slamming him down face first. Into the cover. Referee running around. There's 1. There's 2. Bones kicks out. Jaren now just stomping on the hand. Heading up top once more. Getting Bones back up to his feet. And a diving shoulder tackle attempt again. Bones seeing that coming, stepping out of the way. Greeting that with a kick to the shoulder. And now just getting Jaren down. Kneeling DDT. And Bones forcing Jaren back up to his feet. Slipping underneath. With a suplex into a Pele kick. And Bones turning this one around. Jaren kicks his way out though. Springboard. Double leg drop kick. And a stomp right to the skull, forcing a bone bleed. Or causing a bone bleed, rather. Now Jaren. Alley-oop elbow drop. And the cover. There's 1, 2, still no 3. And now another scoop, another facebuster, another cover, another pin attempt. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. And Jaren, I don't think he's quite done. No, just stomping on Bones. Just making it clear. Just making it clear who's the better. Jaren, I think he's ready for his match on Christmas Day. Bones? I think he has some work to do. And now for our first tag team matchup of the evening. Introducing first. You all know what time it is. It is time. Wait for it. For the Dark Hour.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 266 pounds, the Steiner Brothers.
Now we're talking.
And their opponents getting ready for their try to get their belts back in their match against the Skelly Bros. It is Kaito Momota, the luminary of the stars, and his sidekick Shuichi Saihara. It is the Big Bang Theory. Here go both teams ready. Makoto, Kaito, referee rings the bell. And Makoto immediately blocking that kick, sending Kaito into the corner. Elbow right to the jaw. And now just kicking Kaito right across the cheek, going for the cover. Early 1 count. And Makoto tossing Kaito back into the corner. Kaito elbowing himself out, looking for a clothesline, gets it. Rolling Makoto onto his back, kick to the spine, and tagging in Shuichi. Now Shuichi tossing Makoto back inside the ring, back into the corner, tagging Kaito back into the ring. And a tag team attack, double arm drag. And now Makoto tags out. Junpei's in. And remember, Junpei scheduled to face off against Jaren. And now Junpei just wrapping Kaito around the ropes. Knees to the gut. And lining up the super kick. And trying to knock Shuichi off the apron. And does. And then just tagging Makoto into the ring. Alright. Keeping things simple. There's 5. Kaito back inside the ring. And a neck breaker. Makoto back up to his feet, kicking out. And tossing Kaito into the Dark Hours corner. Setting him up with the Hangman. And the cover. There's 1. Kaito kicks out. And now tagging Junpei back in. Kaito diving tag. And Junpei with a super kick. Tossing Shuichi into the corner. Forcing Kaito up to his feet just to send him back down. Not entirely sure if this is the best game plan, since Kaito was not the legal man. Now Junpei with a pullback. Shuichi fighting his way out. Shuichi stepping back inside the ring, immediately into the arms of Junpei, who sends him down with the clothesline. And the cover, there's 1. Now stomp to the back of the head, Junpei tags out. Makoto's back in. And now Makoto with a satellite DDT. And Makoto looking to head up top. Kaito making sure he doesn't. And also allowing Shuichi just enough time to get back up to his feet. But not enough time as Makoto tosses him into the corner and tags Junpei back in. Junpei with a clothesline. And a stomp to the upper arm, tagging Makoto back in. Just keeping both bodies fresh. Not a bad strategy. Kaito kicks his way out of the corner, turning Makoto around. And a face buster. And a knee smash. Junpei forcing Makoto back up to his feet. And a bridging suplex. And now just tagging Shuichi back in. And now Shuichi heading up top. Flying. Not quite getting the distance, but I mean, a headbutt's gonna hurt. Makoto back inside the ring after a very quick stint on the outside. And another satellite DDT. Kaito blocking that clothesline. Elbow to the spine, tossing Makoto into the corner. Makoto slips out, but Kaito trying again. And another tag team attack here from the Big Bang Theory. Elbow drop from Shuichi. Makoto rolling to the outside. And I'm surprised Kaito didn't throw Makoto back inside the ring. Makoto's back in on his own volition. And Shuichi just tosses him back out. There's 4. Makoto's back inside the ring. Another Irish whip. Knee right to the gut. And now a toss. Shuichi into the corner, tagging in Junpei. And an arm breaker from Junpei going for the cover. Here comes Kaito to break it up. Irish whip into the corner, tagging Makoto back in yet again. Irish whip. Double shoulder tackle. Shuichi back up to his feet quickly. And Makoto with a suplex into the cover, right next to the ropes. There's a 1, there's 2. Shuichi kicks out. And Makoto going for yet another cover. There's 1, there's 2. Shuichi kicks out. Shuichi punches his way out now. Dragging Makoto down. Just really working on that upper arm. And then just stomp to the spine. And tags Kaito back in. Neither team now with an advantage. Sleeper hold from Kaito. Makoto immediately fighting out. But Kaito, yeah, just trying to do something different. I don't disagree with that. Makoto tags out, Junpei back in. And Junpei with the knee, jawbreaker and the cover. There's 1, there's 2, there's Shuichi in the ring, there's Kaito kicking out. And Kaito still with the wherewithal to hit the reversal. Just tossing Junpei headfirst into the turnbuckle. And again. And now Junpei with a side super kick. Or side stomp. There's 1. Kaito kicks out. Kaito tossing Junpei into the corner. Tagging in Shuichi. Another tag team attack here. And the tag team superplex. Into the cover, there's 1. Makoto's gonna break it up. Now Shuichi just needed to hit a crossroads and you should be fine. Or taking Kaito. Or just dangle Junpei along the top rope. Now Junpei winning the grapple, walking Shuichi to the northeast corner. And the half-hitch knee raises. Shuichi getting out of the way of that stomp, rolling Junpei through, tossing him back into the corner. Still not taking in Kaito. Instead, double leg dropkick to the spine, allowing Junpei to tag out. And Shuichi, that was clearly not his plan. He was obviously hoping to keep Junpei in the ring for just a little bit longer. There's 5, Makoto back into the ring, but immediately accosted by Shuichi. But Makoto with a roll through reversal. There's 1, there's 2, Shuichi. Now in the pin, there's 1, there's 2. Makoto kicks out. And Shuichi with a face plant, forcing Makoto back up to his feet, and a snap suplex. Tagging in Kaito, forcing Makoto back up to his feet, tossed in the northeast corner, clothesline, pulling him away. And Makoto turning that around Kaito with a reversal right back. Toss into the corner. Kick right to the shin, or to the calf. And just go for the cover, Kaito. What are you doing? Go for the cover, bring Junpei in, and then you can tag in Shuichi. It's not that difficult. And now Makoto with the suplex. Shuichi back up to his feet, but not for long. Another neck breaker from Makoto. And an elbow drop. Into the cover. There's only 1. But Makoto has the right idea. Now tags in Junpei. Now Junpei grabbing Shuichi by his hair. Side lock position, headlock. And Shuichi immediately finding the escape. Like, immediately. Looking for a spinning back heel fit, or a spinning back fist, excuse me. Junpei gets out of the way. Shuichi to the outside, Makoto back inside the ring, spearing Kaito off the apron. There's 1. There's 2, Makoto joining Shuichi outside. Makoto tossing Shuichi back inside the ring. Heading up top. And a diving elbow drop from the top rope, going for the cover. Bringing in Junpei. Or, not Junpei, Kaito, excuse me. Now knife edge chop. Looking to tag in Junpei. And Shuichi with the reversal. And now Shuichi tagging Kaito back in. Looking to make sure that his team isn't disadvantaged. Kaito up top. Satellite elbow drop into the pin. There's one, there's two. Junpei in the ring. Makoto kicking out. Now toss into the corner. Makoto reverses his way out. Nice reversal from Kaito, tossing Makoto back into the corner. And this is the perfect opportunity to tag in Shuichi. Kaito, go for a tag team attack. You already brought in Junpei. You already have the advantage. And now you've wasted it. Well, maybe not. Kaito elbows out. Toss back into the corner. There we go. Tagging in Shuichi. And another tag team superplex. And now all Shuichi has to do is go for the cover before Makoto can tag out. And this should be lights. There's one, there's two, there's three. Yeah, not the greatest tag team matchup in history. Also, think we need to fix the this bottom. Yeah, I think we need to fix the middle rope. But yeah, not the greatest tag team matchup ever. But Big Bang Theory looking strong for their matchup. Well, strong-ish for their matchup against the Skelebros. And for our next matchup, introducing first, it is the Queen of Liars. It is Celestia Ludenberg. And Celeste with just 2 more fights on her contract. This and her matchup against Yukari Takaba. And her opponent, it is the Detective Prince, Naoto Shirogane. We go both women ready. Referee rings the bell to meet in the middle. The nice judo flip takedown from Celeste. Now taking out of the way of that knee. And now Celeste walking now to the southern ropes. And an elbow from Celeste. Leg drop into a pin from Celeste. There's one. Naoto kicks out. And Celeste forcing Naoto back up to her feet. Wrist clutch. Headlock. Pulling back in the inside control. And Naoto elbows out. Jumping knee strike. Now Naoto kicks to the chest. Elbow to the side of the head. Forcing Celeste back up to her feet. Irish whip into the corner. Pulling her away. Corner Enzigiri. And Celeste to the outside. Naoto just keeping herself warmed up. Suicide flip takedown. There's two. Naoto forcing Celeste back up to her feet. Celeste forcing Naoto back into the ring. And Naoto win the grapple yet again, forcing Celeste up over the shoulders, bouncing her off the top rope. And getting her back up to her feet, turning her around. And now a sleeper hold from behind, locked in. Celeste fights her way out. And a pullback elbow drop. Pullback elbow into an elbow drop, excuse me. Double foot stomp from Celeste. And now just taking off the top turnbuckle padding right in front of the referee. And now Celeste back control with a headlock. Naoto slipping out from behind. Irish whip, Superman punch. And now Celeste elbowing herself out. And the cover, there's one, there's two. Naoto kicks out. And another submission maneuver attempt from Celeste as the referee just, I would say, fixes her mistake, but puts the padding back onto the turnbuckle. And now a triangle hold. Naoto managing to get herself out. Not really sure why we have so many submission attempts this match. Top rope Hurricane Rana from Celeste. Or a head scissor toss, excuse me. Top rope head scissor toss. And now we head back to the outside. Naoto back up to her feet. Look for a super kick. Missed. And now a side kick. Celeste tossing Naoto into the corner. There's 4. Forcing her back up to her feet. And a suplex catching the top of the barricade. There's 5. And they really need to be careful now, because there's 7. Naoto being walked back to the ring. Celeste tossing her back in, climbing in after her. And Naoto with a stunner. Into the corner. And Celeste elbowing out. And Naoto with the super kick, getting Celeste to the outside. Now an arm bar along the outside, that's not going to really do much. And Celeste fights her way out. Turning Naoto around, and now Celeste with a submission maneuver along the outside. What is going on with all the submission attempts? Another headlock along the outside. And Naoto tapping out, but since it's not inside the ring, that doesn't matter. Into the steel steps now. There's 7. And Celeste tossing Naoto, just walking Naoto. Naoto elbowing out. There's 9. And Celeste is just gonna stay along the outside.
Here is your winner, the Prince Nobara.
Okay, that's one way to lose a match. That entire match is confusing. Like, what was going on? And now for our next matchup of the evening.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Valhalla, the 2B.
Introducing first, it is 2B. And her opponent, it is Lucina. Here we go, both of them ready. Referee rings the bell to meet in the middle. With Lucina immediately beginning with a rolling neck breaker. And now 2B. Immediately into a crescent moon headlock. And Lucina fights her way out. Lucina tossing 2B over to the onto the apron. And 2B fights her way back in. And Lucina with a pile drive neck breaker. And a 12-6 elbow. Lucina kick right to the stomach. Stomp to the back of the head. Now soccer ball kick to the stomach. Lucina with a kick right to the spine, 2B to the outside. Lucina following and just completely whiffing. 2B staring down her opponent, wondering how did she get there? There's one and only one. 2B continuing the offense, but Lucina with a reversal, backbreaker into a face plant, and an arm breaker. Forcing 2B back up to her feet. And a walk to the northeast corner. Lucina pulling 2B away. Scoop slam. Now a diving double leg drop kick that just completely whiffed. There's a moonsault kick that connects. And now Lucina up over neck breaker. To be out onto the apron. And Lucina with a hot shot and getting her off. And Lucina with a 5-star frog splash. To be with a reversal. Tossing Lucina nearly into the ring post. There's 3. Up. Over and a neck breaker along the outside. There's 5. To be with a reversal. And tossing Lucina into the announcer's booth, there's 7. Now tossed back inside the ring. To be fighting Lucina off of her. Irish whip. And a sling blade takedown into the cover. There's 2. Lucina kicks out. And now 2B with a dragon clutch. Back stretch. And Lucina manages to get herself out. And a side slam into the cover. Referee running around. There's 1. There's 2. 2B kicks out. And Lucina forcing 2B back up to her feet yet again. Pull back. 2B with the reversal. Knife edge chop, turning Lucina around. Lucina to the outside. 2B staring her down. Crossbody connects. And Lucina tossing 2B into the barricade. And a reversal sends Lucina back inside the ring. 2B rolling her onto her back. Leg breaker. There's one, there's two. Lucina kicks out. And Lucina with an arm breaker. And 2B with a wheelbarrow facebuster, not going for the cover, interestingly enough. Instead, armbar. And Lucina fighting her way out. Now Lucina going for the cover. There's one. 2B kicks out. And 2B turns that around with an elbow. Big clothesline. And now 2B with another triangle armbar. Trying to make Lucina tap. And releases the hold. Why? Why do you suck, game? And now 2B with a spinning back heel kick into the cover. There's one, there's two, there's three.
Here is your winner, the 2B!
And now for our men's universal matchup of the evening. Introducing first. He is the hero of the Homs, the Beast, Dunban. And his opponent.
And his opponent from Authority Megacorp HQ, weighing in at 300 pounds, the Engineer, Dr. England!
It is Dr. Ivo Robotnik, Dr. Eggman. We go both men ready. And ref rings the bell to meet in the middle, with Eggman immediately walking Dunban to the northern ropes. Now just a slap right down across the sternum. But Dunban with an enziguri, forcing Eggman back up to his feet. Eggman pushing him away, and just bouncing Dunban off of him. And now forcing him up in a standing submission maneuver. Dunban's gonna elbow out, excuse me. And a stomp to the chest. Eggman forcing Dunban back up yet again. Dunban elbowing out. Another enziguri trying to bring down the giant. And Eggman just with a clothesline. Eggman tossing Dunban to the outside. And an arm breaker. There's 4. Eggman getting Dunban back up to his feet. And just tossing him back down. There's 5. And 6. Eggman up top, staring down his opponent. There's 8. And a diving shoulder tackle, sending Dunban just crashing into the barricade. There's 4. Eggman walking Dunban back inside the ring. Snap leg breaker. And Dunban elbowing Eggman away, but Eggman just pushing him away in a running clothesline. There's 1, there's 2. Dunban kicks out. And a headbutt. Eggman now forcing Dunban up by the neck. Swinging neck breaker. Now Eggman over the shoulders. Planted neck breaker and the cover. There's 1, there's 2. Now Eggman going for another cover. There's 1, there's 2. Dunban fights it off. Now Eggman sending Dunban for a run. Scoop slam. And now Dunban swinging his way around, going for the sleeper hold, the standing sleeper. Eggman fights him off. And Dunban with the ground and pound. Stomp to the back of the head. And an elbow drop. There's 6 as Eggman just tosses Dunban away and just slowly makes his way back to the ring. There's 8. Dunban back up. There's 9. Dunban back in. Bouncing off the top turnbuckle. There's 1. There's 2. Dunban still kicks out. And Eggman with a falling fist. Up top, telling his opponent to get up. And a flying forearm. And Eggman with a neck breaker. Still not going for a cover. Instead, there's a crossbody. Now we have a cover. There's 1, there's 2. Dunban showing a lot of resiliency here. And a double leg drop kick sends Eggman down. Dunban turning Eggman around. Facebuster. And now, born in a world of strife against the odds who choose to fight, Blossom Dance. Now just crawling. You couldn't even get, like, your arm over. Come on, dude. And the cover, there's 1, there's 2. Eggman kicks out. Eggman with a headbutt now heading up top. And a diving knee. And we head to the outside yet again. Eggman with a falling fist, forcing Dunban back up to his feet, turning him around. A neck breaker. And the cover. There's one, there's two, and finally we have a winner.
Here is your winner, the Engineer, Dr. Eggman.
And for our second tag team matchup of the evening, introducing first, it is Yuki Koamaki and Chie Sadanaka, the Twin Dragons.
Team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, the Lucha Dragon.
And their opponents, they are somehow still your queens of the tag team division. It is Melia Antiqua and Nia Ascension. And here we go, Yukiko, Melia, the first in the ring. And referee rings the bell. They kind of meet in the middle with Yukiko immediately running south, going for a springboard flying forearm. And Melia turning that forearm around, tossing Yukiko into the corner, tagging in Nia quickly. And now Nia with an uppercut to the stomach. Nia back inside the ring, jumping in. And Yukiko with a knee right to the bridge of the nose, forcing Nia back up to her feet. And a toss into the corner. Tagging in Chie now. Standing shooting star press from Chie. And now top rope moonsault. Connects with the feet, but not quite where she meant to connect. And now Nia tags out, Melia's back in. Melia forcing Chie back up to her feet. Our trip into the corner. And just wrapping the leg around the middle rope. And a strong left hand, or strong right hand, excuse me, and again sending Chie down. And Melia with a love tap, tagging her partner back in. Nia tossing Chie back into the Ascension's corner. And a satellite springboard DDT from Chie going for the cover. There's one. Nia kicks out. That was new. Chie with a strong right elbow sending Nia down and tagging Yukiko back in. Knee to the shin, and again from Nia. And a leg snap. Nia tags out, Melia's back in. And Yukiko with the reversal, sending Melia for a run. Melia just running right past that. I don't think Yukiko's really expecting to have that reversed. So didn't really know quite what to do on the rebound. And now Melia back in control. Shoulder right to the stomach. And now Melia going for the cover. There's one. There's Chie flying in to break it up. Toss into the corner, tagging Nia back in. And Nia with an uppercut to the stomach. And now looking for the Gormati special. The 6-1-9, but Yukiko catching that. And Nia just kicking Yukiko off of her. Looking to put that little blunder behind her. And now Nia just tagging out. Alright. Now Melia sending Yukiko for a run. Lining up the clothesline, more like a lariat. And forcing Yukiko back up to her feet, turning her around. Not quite what she meant to do. Now just taking in a Nia. Chain attack here. Double shoulder tackle. And I forgot to mention, but Ascension... wow, that rhymed. Ascension getting ready for a title defense against Harmonious Truth come UFN. And Chie getting ready to, for her tag team match, not with Yukiko, but with Yosuke Hanamura. So that's going to be fun. Yukiko with a reversal, tossing Nia into Ascension's corner. Half-hitch knee races, Melia stepping out of the way, making sure not to interfere. Chie with a top rope arm drag. And the cover. There's one. Nia kicks out with force. Chie with an arm breaker, forcing Nia back up to her feet. Nia with a reversal, tossing Chie into the Twin Dragon's corner. And a dangling double kick. Chie with a standing single leg drop kick. Heading to the corner, looking for a cyclone kick. Gets it, and now the cover. There's one, there's two, there's Melly to break it up. And the referee caught in the crossfire. Nia now elbowing out of the grapple. Nia taking out Melia back in. And now Melia sending Chie into the northeast corner, running Bulldog as soon as the referee gets back up to his feet. And here's the cover. There's one, two, there's Yukiko in the ring. Now Ascension with the advantage. Melia taking in Nia. Strong strikes to the back of the head. Nia tossing Chie for an Irish whip. And a kick right to the chest. Chie crawling to the corner. Nia preventing that. Stomp to the upper arm. And Melia just completely whiffing on that suicide crossbody. Chie back into the ring. Nia following. And now Chie with an Irish whip. Looking for a roundhouse kick. But Melia ducking underneath that. Taking Chie down with a tackle. And now taking in Nia. Nia with a satellite DDT into the cover. Scrambling to get to the cover. There's one, there's two. Chie kicks out. Double knee backstabber from Chie. Melia to the outside. Chie with a suicide flip to the outside. And a spinning kick along the outside. There's two. And now five. There's six. Chie forcing Melia back up to her feet, tossing her back inside the ring. Jake following. Pulling Melia onto her back, going for the cover. And Melia kicks out at one. And Melia with the reversal, sending Chie into the corner, kick to the chin. And now Melia allowing Yukiko back into the ring. That's why when you go for a tag, that's where you always try to get your opponent away from their own corner as much as possible. To prevent that. Melia with a back elbow, forcing Yukiko into the corner. Now Nia's back in. Slight bit of miscommunication there. And now an Enziguri from the Gormati. Forcing Yukiko back up to her feet. Toss into the corner. Uppercut. And Yukiko catching that kick, taking Nia down. Stomp to the wrist. Stomp to the upper arm. And Yukiko's just going to tag out. Head scissor toss from Chie. Melia looking for the tag, not getting it. And now Chie with a cyclone kick against Nia, going for the cover. Here comes Melia to break it up. And now the Twin Dragons completely in the driver's seat. Toss into the corner. Chie with a slap to the chest. Top rope arm drag. Stomp to the upper arm. And forcing Nia back up to her feet. Irish whip into the corner. Nia elbowing herself out. Just trying to keep Ascension in this match. And again, we head to the outside. There's 6. Chie sending Nia into the Steel Scepter. 7. And 9, and this is going to be a count out. Probably not the match Ascension wants, especially heading into a title defense. But maybe, if you just used your finishers, you could have done something. And now for a penultimate non-PLE matchup of the season. It is a champion versus champion match. Introducing first. It is your women's Nexus champion for the entire year. And looking to end the season off, still holding the belt that she won 12 months ago. It is Fiora. And her opponent, it is your women's Cruiserweight champion. She is the Plague Doctor, Lexibor.
Undisputed hybrid cruiserweight champion, Lexibor.
And here we go, both women ready. And referee rings bell, they meet in the middle. With Fiora immediately beginning with a pullback elbow and a kick right to the spine. Lexi back up to her feet and tackling Fiora down. Stomp to the upper arm. Elbow drop. And now Lexi with a headlock. What's with all the submissions today? Not sure. Fiora elbowing out. And now Irish whip into the corner. Enziguri from Fiora. And a suicide dive to the outside, elbow drop. And a stomp to the spine. Fiora now with an arm breaker. Looking for a knee drop, Lexi gets out of the way. Fiora tossing Lexi back inside the ring. And now heading up top, there's 6. Diving elbow drop. And the cover, there's 1. There's only 1. Fiora forcing Lexi back up to her feet. Spinning back, heel kick. And the cover, there's 1. There's 2. Lexi kicks out. And now Fiora with an armbar. And releases the hold. Still a little bit too early. Fiora with a double leg drop kick. And now a stomp right to the thigh. And now a single leg Boston Crab locked in. And Lexi immediately finding the escape. Springboard flying forearm. And now Lexi going for the cover. There's 1, there's 2. Fiora kicks out. And Lexi looking for a low altitude roundhouse kick. Fiora setting that up into a super kick. There's two. Lexi kicks out. And Fiora with a knees, or Lexi with a knees to the gut. And just cranking on the arm. And Fiora with the cartwheel leg drop into the cover. There's one, there's two, there's three. Let's see if Fiora can bring that kind of energy to her match against Kasumi on Christmas Eve. That's gonna be one to watch for. That's gonna be one of the matches to absolutely watch. And now our final main event of the regular season. Introducing first for the final time this year, well, excluding Ultimate Fight Night, it is representing the Investigation Squad, Yosuke Hanamura. And remember, Yosuke getting ready to team up with Chie in their match against... was it Rex and Pyra, I think? Yes. And his opponent? He is your men's Cruiserweight champion. Representing the Phantom Thieves of Heart, it's Yusuke Kitagawa.
Weighing in at 145 pounds, the men's undisputed hybrid cruiserweight champion, the Phantom Fox.
And here we go, both men ready. Referee rings the bell for the final time on Friday this year. And a springboard bulldog from Yosuke. And a kneeling DDT. Yusuke back up to his feet, but Yosuke trying to walk him. Yusuke elbowing out. Yusuke up into the knee to the gut, grabbing Yosuke by the wrist, kicks to the chest, and an elbow. Fox now turning Yosuke around, but Yosuke turning that around by dragging Yusuke's arm, almost said elbow, and a jumping facebuster. Yusuke to the outside, Yosuke following him. And I forgot to mention, this is a Falls Count Anywhere match. Yosuke forcing Yusuke up to his feet, Yusuke elbowing out. And a knee to the gut, and yeah, we booked this match literally just for the meme of Yusuke versus Yosuke. Wrist clutch. Knee to the spine. And now Yusuke going for the cover. Yosuke kicks out before the referee could even begin the count. And now Yosuke up over the shoulders. Just driving the Mask of Fox into his knee and now looking for the finisher. Over the shoulders again, rolling through. Yosuke going for the cover. There's one, there's two. Yusuke kicks out. Yosuke tossing Yusuke right into the referee, almost doing it again. Excuse me. Now a leg snap. And a kick right to the spine. And Yosuke with an arm breaker. Forcing Fox back up to his feet. Fox winning the grapple, tossing Yosuke for a run. Stomp to the back of the head. And now Fox looking for the spinning back heel kick. And the cover. There's one, there's two. Yosuke kicks out. And now Fox with a Kashinda along the outside. Going for the cover. There's one, there's two. Yosuke kicks out. Yusuke tossing Yosuke into the announcer's booth. Yosuke getting out of the way of the double fist drop. And tossing Fox into the steel steps. Yosuke forcing Yusuke back up to his feet. And another toss almost into the steps, but Yusuke avoiding it by just getting himself into the ring. And a flapjack from Yusuke. Yosuke back up to his feet, grabbing Fox from behind. Fox elbowing out. And a kick to the jaw. Kick to the spine. Yosuke turning Yusuke around. Kicks right to the jaw. And now Yosuke grabbing Yusuke by the wrist. Top rope arm drag. Hyping up the crowd. And Yosuke with the clotheslines. And the trip. Fox fighting himself back into the ring. But Yosuke with a head scissor Hurricane Rana takedown, forcing Yusuke back up yet again. And walking him to the northwest corner. pulling him away, scoop, slam. And now Yosuke, middle rope, getting Fox back up to his feet. And a diving satellite DDT into the cover. There's one, there's two, there's three. And the former men's Nexus champion getting a victory over the current men's Cruiserweight champion. And with that, I would like to thank you all for joining us here tonight on our final edition of Eclipse of the year. And the next time I will see you, it will be at Ultimate Fight Night, Night 1. And yeah, the season is about to come to a close. That is hard to believe. Very difficult to believe. With that, I would like to thank you all for joining us here tonight and hope to see you on Christmas Eve for Night 1 of Ultimate Fight Night. And on Christmas Day, it's Night 2. Until then, we are signing out from Portland, Oregon. See ya, and have a nice holiday.